I'm here on the final day of RSA, and I'm with Johnathan Nightingale, the human shield at Mozilla. And you just gave a talk on the security metrics project that's going on at Mozilla. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure, yeah. The talk is actually about more than just metrics. The title of the talk is How Mozilla Does Security and What You Can Steal. So we've been in the software business for a while now. Building a web browser is a pretty hostile environment in terms of the kinds of attacks that are thrown at you, and we've learned a bunch of lessons about how to build more secure software. So we wanted to, because we've got this position, because we're an open source project, to sort of take some of those lessons and bring them to RSA, partly just to make the tools available, to make sure everybody knows they're out there and that they're all freely downloadable, and also I think to act as a bit of a proof point. A lot of the people at RSA are security professionals. They know that things like unit testing and code review matter, that they're how you build secure software. But a lot of the time, they have trouble selling that internally because people in their organization are worried that things like code review and unit testing are going to impede their ability to move quickly. So this talk is really about, here are the practices we follow. We managed to ship a pretty compelling product to 250 million users, and to do it with what I think is a very strong security record. And so if we can do it, you can do it. And if you're having trouble with any of the steps, I talk about a lot of the tools that we use, and obviously link people to them since they're all open source as well.
Now, Mozilla is associated most, I think, with browsers. So the tools that you have available, they're not limited to just developing browsers, correct?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So, I talk about things like our bug tracking software, for instance. So we built our own bug tracking software a long time ago. That's Bugzilla. And that's an open source product. And there's nothing about it that's specific to browsers. You can use it for tracking any kind of software development. Our unit test framework, some of those are going to be more or less specific to browsers. But to be honest, a lot of them are just purely web-based unit testers. And so I think a lot of the people at RSA, even if they're not working on browsers, are working on web-based apps. And I think a lot of that will carry over. We built our own manual testing framework called Litmus for the tests that are hard to automate, the ones you really need a human eye for, and cataloging those and organizing them and tracking their regressions over time and things like that. Litmus does all of that. That's also freely available, and I don't think that's tied to browsers either. But the real message around practices, around things like making sure that you have review for any code that goes in, anybody who's working in software should be evaluating those, because we feel like we couldn't build the quality of software we do without them. So a large part of the talk, again, is advocating for that kind of thing and acting as a proof point that other people can bring back into their organizations and try to inspire some change that way.
Do these tools provide for the complete software lifecycle?
Software lifecycle means different things to different people, but certainly these are the tools that we use throughout our own software lifecycle, right? These are tools that we use during planning and development. They're the same tools we use to manage releases and then to respond to issues in the field. There's nothing sort of hidden behind the scenes here. These are all the tools we use, and we use them from start to finish.
Thank you, Johnathan.
Thank you.